Okay, recap. Let's go. Plantar
Okay,
fasciitis.
so you spoke to, is it Neda?
Neda, yes,
Yes.
from Podiatry Beyond.
Okay, cool. Tell me what you learnt about plantar fasciitis.
Well, let's just stop here right now. It's actually not called plantar fasciitis.
Okay.
It's called plantar fasciopathy. So it actually doesn't go just up your arch. It actually goes out, spreads out to 3 parts. Yeah. So
from
think
your
about this
heel.
is your heel.
Yeah.
It literally goes out to 3 different areas in the
Of the
foot.
foot.
It's not just your arch.
Okay.
Yeah. It goes through, spans out like a big finger.
Like a wet, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like chicken feet. But she
Yeah.
did say that if you get up in the morning, you're putting pressure on your foot. When you stand on your feet, you're putting
Yeah.
pressure on, and that's when it starts to hurt. It's because you're tearing it, and that's why it's not inflammation, because it's the tearing. Of the
Which
muscle.
is exactly
tendon,
what
sorry.
that's what Marg was saying.
Yeah.
Which is why she keeps her shoes by her bed, so she's not putting her foot straight onto a hard flat floor
Yeah.
or surface and putting pressure on that.
Yeah. It was funny that I was told that I had plantar fasciitis,
Yeah.
and I didn't know any of this.
Yeah.
And I was like, and this was only like 3, 4, maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. I keep forgetting I graduated like 4 years ago. But yeah, no, it's funny that I never got told this.
Yeah, because I think one of the things, I'm not sure if we've spoken about with Birkenstocks, but one of the first things that I learnt with Birkenstocks as well is I think when people are thinking about arch support for their foot, they're thinking just that the arch needs to be supported or that they need to be like corrected from pronating. But one of the things with Birkenstocks that I remember learning is that by having that arch support and that contour, you're not just, you're sort of evening out the pressure on your foot,
Yeah.
but you're actually taking pressure off the heel of your foot.
Yeah.
Like I know when my heel has felt a bit bruised, I put Birkenstocks on, and even though they're a hard footbed, the arch support of the Birkenstocks takes the pressure off the bruise in the heel.
She also told me that there's a quick way of basically telling whether you should go and see a podiatrist or not.
Okay.
So you know all the tips and tricks that they tell you about if you have plantar fasciitis, like rolling it with or icing it, or rolling it with a ball, or
Yep.
something like that to stretch it.
Mhm.
That's great and all, but it actually doesn't end up giving you relief long term. And
Okay,
it doesn't
so
actually
it's sort
help
of
it.
short term, really.
It's short term. It's literally just trying to promote the blood flow in your feet. And what you need to do is strengthen it. Neda loves the word strengthening. She couldn't say it enough, which was great. Everything to do with like from your knees and below, you've got to strengthen.
Okay. Because having those muscles strengthened around support the different parts of the tendons and bones.
Yeah, which makes sense because if it's tearing, it's obviously weak. So you need to strengthen the muscle by doing exercises, and one of those was heel raises. So you literally get you on your tippy toes, and you raise your heel up and down, up and down, up and down. And she said a really good indicator is if you can't do it standing up, just little small heel raises. You don't have to go all the way up and stretch it. You literally just have to go that far off the floor. If it's hurting, probably she said the next stage is if you sit down and then do it again. If that's when it's still hurting, you need to go and see a podiatrist.
See, if you're still not sure, there's no problem with going to see like a healthcare professional, like a podiatrist, because they'll just be able to give you some insight and some good general knowledge anyway.